children. Dragon or strangle. Grasp your mortality tightly.
Gaze into the abyss.
Grip of the infinite. Exquisite.
Putrefy, rot, spoil, and fester.
Exile, do something!
Finally here.
Bow to your queen, mortals!
Storm and time to up the stakes. Resist the assault. Handle this. Twin terrors.
Embraced by misery.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Southern Irish MD. It's been a while since I've released the video, but I've seen a lot of comments on Reddit about people asking about how to build a Pathfinder Poison variant of the Explode Totems. Hope you guys enjoyed the death where I get complacent and think that Elder's dead and take a slam. Anyways, the main piece of this is making sure that you have any weapon that has the totems explode on death with whatever percent as their physical damage. I've opted to go for a bow because I wanted to use Empower and then craft basically a toxic rainbow. But you can go for scepters, daggers, whatever you want to, really. As long as you have this mod, that's really the key piece of it. This adds a little quality of life because 70% here plus the totem mastery, which gives you 30%, gives you 100% chance to summon 2 totems instead. So it's really nice. This way allows you to drop multiple totems, which is why I opted for it. Again, You don't have to use a bow. You can use daggers, scepters, or even claws. When I started this build, I started with claws. In addition to that, those items, the one-handed weapons can also roll things like Eldritch Battery, as well as Mind Over Matter, which adds more defenses, more quality of life, etc. So you have many ways to go here. The damage is insane regardless, so you should be fine. One thing I am running is the Circle of Nostalgia, which gives us the improved Herald of Agony buff. So I've coupled that with Divergent Herald of Agony, and I've somehow managed to get to 100% poison chance without even having it on my quiver. So this is basically just a defensive quiver with resist. Overkill on resist, actually. I probably don't even need them. But either way, just take a Vile Arrow quiver and toss on whatever you want on it, or whatever you need. I'm also using in Presence because this gives me free Despair, as I have it coupled with Blasphemy. Using a Ming's Heart because this is massive damage. We lose a little bit of life. I'm at 4k life and a little less than 1k ES. But it adds a lot of damage, gives you a lot of Chaos Res, so if you can afford to do it, I'd recommend it because the initial hits are so much bigger. I'm also using Asenaths for temp change as well as the minor explosions, but the minor explosions are really not that great for clearing. The big thing that I would highly recommend for clearing is getting the large cluster with unspeakable gifts. This is just like Obliteration or Cultist Pops, and it's just fantastic for clearing. You couple that with Plague Bearer, and it just melts everything. Okay. As for the auras that I'm running, I am using Petrified Blood for more defenses against hits, Discipline, Purity of Elements, Herald of Agony, Clarity, and Vitality. Clarity and Vitality are level 1. The only reason I am using both of these are because I have Watcher's Eye for each of them. So for the Clarity one, I have the 10% damage taken before life into mana, so that'll go directly into my ES, and then the increased life recovery from Flask while affected by Vitality, which helps with survivability a lot. As long as you don't take massive big hits, you can basically survive. And you even saw that I was able to tank a Shaper Slam. So, anyways, a big piece of it that the way I've made this build work is using Burden of Truth, which is like a 5C belt. That's a Cirrus drop. You couple that with Eldritch Battery, whether you do it in a flask, again, like I mentioned earlier, on a weapon, or even your passive skill tree. If you go up here anyways for this nodes, it's, just 3 points. Again, there's many ways to build this: Slave Drivers, Life Tap, however you want to do it, or reduce mana cost, but this is just one way to do it. That's all. Okay, I was using Progenesis as well, instead of one of my other flasks, but I opted from not using it because I felt that it was overkill in terms of survivability of the build. So, but that about does it for the build. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this league. I would highly recommend that you try this build while it's around in Crucible, because even if the league goes to Coral, I highly doubt that this build survives. Anyways, hope you guys have fun, and have a good one.